Welcome everyone to another episode of Reese's Roundup. I'm your host, the very depressed Lightning Kid himself. But that's not the point, because today, this is going to determine who is going to the World Series. We got the Dodgers against the Brewers, and we got the Astros against the Red Sox. It's going to be a great playoff series. So let's see who's going to be coming out in each division and going to the World Series, starting with the Dodgers and Brewers. Now, series is tied 1-1 currently, but I do think the Brewers will win in 5 games. Now, here's why. The Brewers have been, prior to losing against the Dodgers and letting them tie up the series, they've been on a big winning streak before the start of the playoffs. They were able to beat out the Cubs for the division and swept the Rockies in the divisional round. 2 teams who I thought were going to make it, farther than that. So the Brewers have been really, really underrated going into the playoffs. And, everybody knows that the Dodgers are a good regular season team and then just absolutely explode in the playoffs. Now, they got good pitching, the Dodgers do, so I'll give them that. But I don't know, the Brewers just have good hitting. They got Christian Yelich. They just got guys that can hit the ball really well. And I think that's what it's going to come down to, is who's going to fall more. And I think the Dodgers pitching is going to fall more, especially because the Brewers have a pretty solid bullpen as well. So I think it's just going to boil down to who can hit better and who can pitch better. And the Brewers, have a better overall team than the Dodgers. And we just know how the Dodgers are in the playoffs. They can never really get to that final point. I mean, they were able to finally get to the World Series last year against the Astros, but even then they didn't last very long. So I just think that the Brewers have the best chance of going to the World Series. Now, it's hard for me to decide who's going to come out on top in the American League, because we got the powerhouse Red Sox against the powerhouse Astros. Now, the Astros are up 1-0 in this series, but I do believe that they will win this series in 7 games. Now, it's going to be a really good series overall. Despite, the Astros being up 1-0, I think it's still going to be a very, very good series. That both teams have combined for 211 wins in the regular season, and no other team has done that except for the Yankees. And I think the Mariners, was it the Yankees and Mariners? Somebody looked that up for me. But they had 212 wins in the regular season before they played each other in the playoffs. So I think this is definitely going to be a fantastic series, and you have to absolutely watch this. Now, the Astros lead the league in run prevention, while the Red Sox lead the league in runs scored. I think that's going to be a very big factor in determining who's going to come out on top. Is it going to be defense, or is it going to be offense? Now, both teams went 57-24 at home. So who's going to have home field advantage is going to be another big concern. Is it going to be, or who's going to be better on the road? Whoever is going to be the better road team is going to be the team that's going to go all the way. Because if both teams were 57-24 at home, it's going to come down to who's going to get that last home game to really, to win them Game 7 and go to the World Series. So if the Astros are the better road team, or if the Red Sox are the better road team, then both of those teams are going to, then it's going to come down to, who's going to win on the road. And whoever wins on the road first, I think, will be the winner of the series. But I still do think the Astros have the edge, just because they have better defense and they have better hitting, and I think they have slightly better pitching. So, I mean, despite that, the Red Sox only have Chris Sale. Now, everybody wants to talk about David Price and all these. Listen. I'm not saying that the Red Sox pitchers are trash. I just think compared to the Astros pitching, I think the Astros have better pitching than the Red Sox. So I feel like if it's going to come down to it, you're going to have to give the edge to the Astros in pitching, defense, and hitting. I mean, they're just better. I just think they're a better overall team. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section below, but we'll see how it goes in the series. I do think the Astros have what it takes to go back to the World Series. So if it's going to be the Astros and Brewers, that's going to make for a pretty decent World Series. I don't think I'll watch that, but you know, that's something to take note of. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who's going to come out on top in the AL and the NL? Leave it in the comment section below, and let me know what you guys want to see for next week's video. Until then, I'm out. Peace.